Today we're diving into Dread Meridian, a new VR survival horror game that traps you in a decaying island filled with darkness, danger, and mystery. You play as Daniela, a researcher searching for her lost sister while the island itself spirals into madness. The game blends survival, exploration, and environmental puzzle solving, and while it's still in early development, I got hands-on with the pre-alpha demo, and it already shows serious promise.
Daddy, watch out!
In Dread Meridian, you explore Oglanbyen, a place where failed research and twisted creatures now dominate what's left of civilization. The mines, research facilities, and abandoned outposts hold the truth about what happened here and what still lurks inside. The demo begins mid-story, in what appears to be Chapter 3. There's no slow build-up. It throws you straight into a chase sequence that sets the tone immediately. From there, it alternates between combat, exploration, and puzzle solving, each section testing a different skill. Even as an early build, the foundation felt stable and intuitive. Controls responded cleanly for the most part. Movement and interactions had weight, and I never felt like the VR mechanics were fighting me once I figured out the perfect grab pocket for the backpack. It's clear the team understands that immersion in horror only works when the fundamentals are solid and it's on the right path.
Oh shit, no!
Graphically, Dread Meridian stands out even in its pre-alpha stage. The environments are detailed and realistic, from the dripping gore to flickering lights. The lighting design deserves special mention. Shadows stretch just long enough to unsettle you, and the game uses darkness not as a crutch, but as a weapon to heighten fear and tension. The audio design ties it all together. You'll hear subtle environmental cues before a major event, a mechanical hum, a drip echoing through a corridor, then silence. That silence becomes tension. The soundscape does a lot of heavy lifting here, and it works. The stinger moments, those sudden high-impact scares, are technically excellent. The timing of the audio spike, the lighting shift, and the motion cue all land simultaneously. Even though they didn't scare me personally, I could tell they were engineered with precision. This is the kind of horror that relies on rhythm, build-up, anticipation, release, rather than cheap tricks. The jump scares are earned because they follow the logic of the scene. Most players will find them effective, and they punctuate the tension rather than replacing it. During my playthrough, I noticed that the ammo-to-enemy ratio leaned towards scarcity. It forced me to think more carefully about when to engage and when to conserve, but it seemed like every encounter required unavoidable engagement. There were moments where I ran low on ammo, and that added real tension to each encounter. The environment itself amplified that pressure. Distant sounds, shifting light, and tight spaces made even quiet moments feel unsafe. I found the environmental puzzles flowed naturally with the gameplay, and as someone who prefers exploration and puzzle solving over strict survival mechanics, that balance kept me engaged. When the combat hits, it hits hard. The monsters feel dangerous. You can sense their momentum as they charge, and landing a well-timed shot feels impactful. Dread Meridian is shaping up to be a serious entry in VR survival horror. Technically sound, visually immersive, and rhythmically scary. The combination of survival tension, exploration, and puzzle-based discovery gives it real depth beyond its scares. I'm looking forward to seeing how the full game balances the survival systems and expands on the story of Daniela and her missing sister. And when it releases, players will be able to experience the Dread for themselves. Dread Meridian will be available to play on MetaQuest and Steam, with a release date still to be determined. If the rest of the game maintains the same polish and pacing as this demo, Dread Meridian could become one of VR's standout horror experiences. If you think you can handle the horrors of Oglanbyen, keep this one on your radar. But if you can't wait to get your hands on it, good news. The demo will be available during Steam Next Fest, running October 13th through October 20th, so you can experience it for yourself.